not sure what YouTube's policies are, and I'm not worried about, you know, this being not for kids or anything like that. I do want to keep this channel somewhat family friendly, I guess, but it's inevitable that I'm gonna have kits such as this one, and maybe that's why I didn't really document it too much. But I was just gonna say I didn't really document this build too much. I didn't think there was anything really unique about it, and I didn't really have anything to say. And also I needed to finish something up quickly, and doing things like this does slow you down. So, but I did run across something kind of interesting, or maybe stupid, that I did, and poor planning on my part. I intended on making her, or I made all of her clothing so it was removable, and I even kind of had this part here, so this opens up and would snap in, and the idea was heat this up with a hair dryer and then wrap it around the body. But once she's all together with the hair in place, there's no way to wrap this around. I mean, maybe if I heated it up to the extreme, you know, really, you know, now that I'm bending this, yeah, maybe that's a possibility, but wedging it in there in between her hair, you know, you're gonna scrape the paint up, and I was kind of worried about that anyway. So, and then also I had intended on gluing these side pieces onto her little belt, but with these attached, and then again, even if you heated it up, you know, bringing that around, you'd have to leave one of them off. I thought I could, you know, have them use some poster tack to hold it in place. You know, maybe magnets, like, you know, maybe put some magnets in there. But I got an idea with this part, and I'm gonna try that with this real quick as well. But what I think I'm gonna end up doing is I have this material left over. Well, I use this on either or both Gary Oldman Dracula and Life-Size Mummy, but it's close to the color and of this, so I wouldn't have to worry about dyeing fabric. And right now all the fabric stores and everything are closed. I suppose I could go to Walmart and get some material there, but luckily I have this on hand. I'll probably use that. Plan is to cut this part here, you know, kind of remove the back, and then use actual cloth around the back, and then that will, you know, slip easily back in between the body and the hair. But what might be possible is, like I said, I had a thought with the belt, which I've got to clip that nub off too, is I'm going to cut this in the back, and then I'm going to, originally I was, you know, heat this up, wrap it around, and then plug it together here. But what I think I'm going to do is attach the pieces to the front and then cut it in the back, and then you can attach the left side and the right side, and just her hips, you know, we'll keep it in place. So I'm going to try that with this, since especially now that I see how flexible this actually is, even without heating it up. I'm going to cut it right here, and I'm going to see if I can slip this onto the back and this onto the front. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, that's, although I can get this back there, it's really snug, and by the time you would line this up, I'm just, I don't want them to scrape the paint or cause any damage. So for the top, that's not going to work. Also, I'm going to have to cut this a lot closer, because I heated it up with the hairdryer, and it's a real tight fit. Unless this head was, you're supposed to leave the head off and make it removable or something. I don't think this kit was intended to have the clothing to be removable. I think it just gave you the option. Or maybe she's not supposed to be naked at all, and but I've seen some build-ups of her naked, so I just assumed that the guy wanted the option, and the way this was set up and everything was set up, it made it seem like it should be removable. I think this cutting this in the back will work, though. And the other option would be to just completely reproduce this top with cloth. But then it takes away, and then it's not a sculpture anymore. I have mixed feelings about using mixed media on kits. On some of them it can work. If I were to do that with this one, I would have tried to use maybe real feathers. Replace these with some real feathers or something like that. It would look odd if this was real cloth and these are not, So anyway, I'm going to see what I can do about this and keep at it. Well, it took me a while, and I can't remember where I left off in the last video. And I'm not smart enough to check the last video, or I guess I'm just lazy. I'm going to try to put it all together here, to show you what I did, and to show my customer how they can put all this together when they get her. So I completely replaced, shoot, where's her top? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so here's the part that I cut off the back. I even tried to see if I could sneak this up along her back, but that didn't work. I tried the cloth, and it just didn't work. It looked too different. It was just too weird to go from painted to this cloth stuff. But I did use some leather shoelace kind of stuff. I can't honestly remember what I bought that for, but it's handy to have this stuff around. I used that for her waist part here, so I thought I could use that for the top. So basically, and I added a couple of pieces of styrene here and painted it gold, so it's kind of like a connector. I actually tried using a ring, and it was too big and bulky. I tried a lot of different things. So what I came up with was this, and you can either the outside like that. How I like it though is if you let the magnet attach it on the inside, then it's a little cleaner looking, and luckily it doesn't get in the way of too much. So basically you put the breastplate on and sneak this through. I'll show you in a minute here. So I just start off by attaching this side, and then snake this through her hair, and then bring it around and attach it like that. And sort of the same thing with her belt or waist piece here. I tried a few different things. I put a magnet inside there and thought about coming around and having the leather attached in the front. But what I did is I made a little snap, a couple of magnets in the back, and I painted that gold to so it kind of fits in with the rest. I wish I could have got this a little thinner, but you know, it works and it doesn't look bad. It's the best out of everything I tried. And then there's a couple of magnets on the side here. And then I drilled a little hole. Or sort of, I just kind of drilled into this a little bit, had a perfect size drill bit so that this magnet's flush. And then this just will snap onto there on her waist. So you want to be careful and want to scrape the paint. I come up from underneath here, and since it's heated up, it bends a little bit. And there you go. Now, what helps to bring this through to the other side, break on through. Shit, I forgot. Also helps to be prepared before you start recording. So I got out my the magnets here, and since we're bringing this through back here, I can just grab it. See? And you can bring that around. Want to be somewhat gentle because this is just super glued on there, and don't worry about that coming off. Can also grab some tweezers, except it's gonna, you know, attach itself to the tweezers too. But just, oh shoot, I don't think that caught that. But you get the idea. Another thing you could do, and what I probably should have done, is you could put a little poster tack on the inside of the bra before you stick it on there, and that'll help. And then it's kind of the same thing with the waist part. You're just gonna want to sneak this around the back. Let's grab our, make sure it's polarized the right way. And then this part here, there's some jagged parts where it's kind of cut in. And that actually corresponds with the fur that's right there on her belly. So that kind of fits there. Then I push the leather back a little bit so it's on her hips. I'm gonna have to make sure to mark these. I can kind of tell which one's right and which one's left, but just so that they know. And that just snaps on like that. And the other side is a little trickier because you want to be careful of this hair piece here. But you just slip that underneath there. Snap, snap. There we go. I didn't put her bottom on because you can't really see it, but this way they have options when they get it, and they can either display her with the clothes or without. I made the mistake. I thought that this kit was made so that you could, you know, display her either way and change it up, but no, I think it's you know, you can choose how to build her. I think most of the build-ups I've seen, I think I've only seen one that I found with the clothes on it, because honestly I wasn't sure how these side pieces went on. And but I think most people are just building this without, because to be honest, the clothing bits are a little difficult. But I'm glad I figured it out. It only took me a whole day, but you know, there it is. So I'm going to take some pictures of this before I take her back apart, and hopefully this might help somebody with, you know, this is what you run into with modeling. Always something new to figure out. Alright, well, thanks for checking this out. Hopefully it helps someone. And I will see you in the next video.